Teamster Power 767 Reality Check with Jeff Schenfeld and Garfield Hooper. All right, Garfield, let's get right into it. Safety committees.
Safety committee.
All right. Yes. Safety committees were put in place because UPS had done some things they shouldn't have. OSHA said, okay, you guys have to have safety committees.
Yeah.
Okay. So bottom line is there are safety committees. You know,
Yes.
the company's not going to dictate what we do. You know, over the years they've tried to oh, why don't you do a skit here? Why don't you do a little play and act like schmucks, No, why don't you act like schmucks, Like they try to like just do it, I mean, there is, if we're working together when we're trying to do it, but if they're trying to tell you, hey, you got to, no, hell no,
No.
hell no. I mean, they can't, and they've tried that over the years. Oh, we run this committee, and no, they don't. No. And then when the manager once a month we have a meeting, with the manager, and then how could we prevent this injury? And right away, well, the driver needs to. What do you mean the driver needs to? How about stop loading the trucks up? So I mean, egress in the trucks. I mean, right away, let's go. Oh, it's the drivers. It's the drivers.
Yeah, of course, it's always our fault.
Yeah. Right. So it's beyond, and what's important is then the safety committees, they have to, we don't act like management. We don't do things that are management's job to do. We don't talk about anything that would seem like it's managed. We just stay completely away from that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's now, if you're a member of the safety committee and you see somebody doing something unsafe, like by all means, talk to that person, whether it be a part-timer or a full-timer. Say, hey, maybe, stop doing that. Look, whatever it may be, just, but like, nobody needs to be reporting it to management. Oh, I saw, hey, so-and-so supervisor, I saw, what's his name, not honk his horn as he was leaving the building. No, fuck that. That's not your position as a member of the safety committee. In fact, members of the safety committee have to be approved by the union. And if you should have at least one steward, if not all your stewards, on
the steward should be on the safety committee.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you get on the safety committee, and what should happen is you have a vote for the people who are on it. They vote who should be the chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the fair way to do it.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's what I've noticed about sometimes in the safety committees throughout the district, there's certain things are not, they're done differently, right? And some of them are just, I mean, they're just wrong. And you gotta correct that. Now, one of my biggest things is you either do safety before or you do it after your shift.
Yes.
You don't do it instead of. And there are, the company, well, we're going to put this on the company. Okay. This is the company, just like anything else. If you file seniority, you don't file it on a member, you file it on the company for allowing this to happen.
Yep.
Instead of the shift, right? You can't do that. And it's not right. It's just not what we do. We need to do it the right way before or after. And people need to, understand that. And, that's just something that has to happen. And, there's got to be an agenda and everything. And, it's done well. Like at Dallas in in the Bachman Center and Bachman Uptown Center, they'll cut fruit a couple of times a week, they'll give that a chest of water, and they'll do the different things. And it's good. I mean, they do the right things, with getting that. They stand outside and, they hand, hey, do this, just, hand them something safe, just to be safe. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you switch off water, electrolytes in the heat, right? And just making sure, and you got to do those things. It can't become about anything else. It's got to be about, okay, we're gonna take care of the members. And what's good is in our center, the safety coaches, they speak at the PCMs. Yeah. After the management's done, they get to speak, and that's good too. but what's important now that so the concerns log is in the computer now, and it used to be separate. It's in the computer, and I've been telling a lot of people, hey, what do I do here? You got to put it on the concerns log. Now, that's not all you have to do, but what's important about that is you go to panel, the first thing the panel is going to ask, was it on the concerns log?
Yep.
So, that has to be done. And I always tell everyone, make sure it's on the concerns log, because they will ask that. They'll always ask it. Because if it's not on there, well, the due diligence, it wasn't done. You know?
And whether or not you agree with it or not, but like that's part of the process, and it needs to be done. And a member of your safety committee should have access to the concerns log and deal with the ability to update it at any time that they feel it's necessary.
Absolutely.
And honestly,
Yeah.
like any safety committee meeting you go to or your center has, any kind of issue that should be put on this concern log should be brought up at every meeting. Like that should be one of the questions the
Absolutely.
co-chairs asks. Is there anything that we need to add to the concerns log, this week? Sir, we've got a lot of broken dollies, this, that, or the other, maybe we need grip tape on some of the trucks, or,
Yeah.
it could be minor things. It could be like, hey, I've had a lot of, 50, 60 pound packages loaded on my top shelf. That needs to
Yeah.
be addressed. Let's see what we can do that. And if you've got part-timers on your safety committee, they can be
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, we can address that. It may be a
Mm.
part-time preload PCM or something. Be careful what you're putting on the top shelf, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, we have our safety committees, the part-timers have theirs, and Peters has theirs. The committees, it's to help the drivers out. I mean,
Yeah.
it's to help the
It's
part-timers
help
out.
everybody
It's to
out.
help
Yeah.
each classification out. And that's what it has to be about. It should never get away from that. It should never be about, what can the safety committee do for me? And everyone, you got to do the right thing. And again, that concerns log is very important. And you have to make sure that that management is addressing the previous concerns. Like
Yeah.
they have to address it. This thing can't just build up.
Yeah.
They have to address it. I mean, the fans in the building. I mean, for the everything, the fans on the trucks for the drivers. Everything has to be addressed, and there's got to be a list. There's got to be a whole thing that you go through, and it's just repetition. Every single week.
Yeah.
So.
And the concerns log is there for, hopefully they can address something before it becomes an issue, before it becomes
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
gets hurt or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said about the dollies. I mean, in the contract, it says they're supposed to have a good working dolly on their trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there were ones that are locked up. There's ones that, people take the wheels off of them, they'll leave the lot. I mean, just buy more of them so everyone
Buy more
has,
dollies.
I mean, just
it
buy,
seems
every
like-
morning it's like they got to management's got to use bolt cutters. Well, I mean, you guys think ahead, and you see the look on their face. They're like, oh, really? Yeah, really, really. Okay.
Yeah.
And not just a 2-wheeler. I need a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, the issue that I have with the dollies is like, I remember when I first started, we had dollies that, we never got new dollies. They always stayed, but they also never broke. And it seems like every new type of dolly we get lasts like 6 months, and something on it will break.
It is always something, and it's so the dollies, and even the over 75 tape.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, my God. I mean, we you make that part of the safety committee, go around and do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be done. We're always like, all right, where's the tape? Where's the tape? Where's the tape? And it's. I mean, if you don't know, I mean, that has to be on there. That's a problem, because some of these packages, you think it's light, you pick it up, and things can happen.
I remember when I was a preloader, like they had stacks of over 70 tape that we just grab a roll as we were going to our trucks every morning, and we throw it back over there when we were done. And like, so everybody in the building was sure, every loader in the building was for sure to have over 70 tape, like on one of their trucks that they could get easy access to. And I can't remember the last time I saw something with over 70 tape on it.
No, I know. It's like it fell by the wayside, but you just got to keep doing it. And then going to the egress thing, egress, and I've said this, egress is not, oh, it's temporary egress, let's leave it here for an hour, right?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not blaming the loader. I'm blaming management for saying, hey, yeah, you can do this. You
Yeah.
know, that's not on the loader. That
No.
is absolutely management. And egress is, oh, if something drops, you know, and you pick it up and you take it from if you're a loader, you take it from the cage to the truck. You don't start, throwing stuff. You put yourself at risk and everything like that. You put it in the truck. That's it. There's no stacking and this and that and management will try to tell you, oh yeah, just throw it, just dump. Oh, so you don't want us to be safe? Well, we're going to be safe because you tell me to be unsafe right now. If they call us for extra work, we come in as drivers. And oh well, they haven't said it in years, but I mean, come on, you want us to dump? You want us to? No, that's not going to happen. But they put people in positions, and I don't like that. That's a
Yeah.
problem. So when I get there early, you know, I walk up, the box lines, walk around the building, making sure, that are you safe? I'm walking, seeing the preloaders. Hey, you safe? Is everything? Because sometimes I'll just watch. I'm like, what is that supervisor doing? Besides working, right? They're putting a package down and it's unsafe. It's in someone's way. So your supervisor's working and you're making an egress issue. What a mess, right?
And getting back a little bit on topic, with the safety committees,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
when you're in those safety committees, like we brought this up earlier, the company doesn't run those committees. The company doesn't
Nope.
even have to be there. Like when you go in and have a safety committee meeting, your co-chair can set it up, say, hey, everybody come in, but 8:45 one morning, and
Yeah.
we're going to have a 30-minute safety committee or a 15-minute
Mhm.
safety committee meeting. Your co-chair runs it, and if they have something that they need to address with the management, they can ask somebody like, hey, I need a supervisor or somebody to come in here so we can address this issue with it. But like
Mhm.
your managers are not running those. Those
That's
need to
very
be
important. Yes.
those need to be employees. And like I said earlier, each member of the safety committees have to be approved by the local union. So if
Yep.
so they can't just put somebody on there they want on there. So if you see that happening as well, let your business agent, let your local leadership know, hey, these guys are just staffing these safety committees with whoever they want on it, so they can do whatever. Like we got to be a part of the solution. I'm not going to fault anyone for wanting to come to work and go home and not get involved. But those of you that do want to get involved, you can make a difference.
Absolutely. I mean, it's even if you're not in the safety committee, you still want to be safe, right? I mean, it's like when they, after they do a ride along, they want you to come in as a steward with a driver. Oh, do you make the commitment? Do you want to sign this and make a commitment to be safe? No, when I wake up, the commitment is to be safe. Come on, stop. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the company's not going to be safe. That's why the safety committees are, they're important.
Yeah.
But everyone needs to be safe. Everybody needs to be safe. But the safety committee, lead the way. Hey, we're going to do this. This is going on, and let the members know. So safety committees are important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and just so everyone knows, to shut down a safety committee, you can't just shut it down. Like if the company's not doing the right thing and they feel like they want to do that, you have to go to the IBT. You got to ask them, and that's a whole nother thing. But it's if it gets that bad, the first thing you do, you get with the IBT. If the company is just, no, it's our show, it's this, and there's no resolution, just call the IBT. They'll guide you through that, because you can't just stop doing the safety committee.
Yeah.
So, but we just wanted to touch upon the safety committees, just some of the things that go along with it, some of the things you should do, some of the things you shouldn't do. Very important. But for myself and Garfield, thank you for listening.
We all deal with national language, but on this podcast, when it comes to supplemental language, we deal mostly with the southern region. And as always, it's best to get advice from your local stewards or business agents. If you would like to reach out to us with any questions, we have an email address, 767realitycheck@gmail.com. That's 767realitycheck@gmail.com.
And remember, strong people stand up for themselves, but the strongest people stand up for others.